Good afternoon, welcome to the ICTY weekly press briefing. I'm Magdalena Spanińska, spokesperson to Registry and Chambers, and I'm joined by a representative of the Office of the Prosecutor, Sasha Kontic from the Prosecutor's immediate office. I'll turn first to some decisions which have been issued since our last briefing. In the case of Wojslaw Szeszel, last Monday, the 7th of October, the Chamber appointed by order of the Vice President denied by majority, Judge Liu dissenting, the prosecution's motion of 3rd of September, seeking reconsideration of its decision of 28th of August 2013. In this decision, the majority, Judge Liu dissenting, upheld the motion by the accused for the disqualification of Judge Frederick Harhoff from proceedings in the Szeszel case. In reaching its decision of 7th of October, the majority found that the prosecution failed to demonstrate a clear error of reasoning in the decision of the 28th of August, or any particular circumstances which would justify reconsideration of the decision. Additionally, the Chamber found that under Rule 15 of the Tribunal's Rules of Procedure and Evidence, it was not required to consider in its decision the report of presiding Judge Antonetti, and that the report was immaterial to the issue of whether a reasonable, informed observer would apprehend bias on the part of Judge Harhoff. Following the confirmation of Judge Harhoff's disqualification in the case of Micio Stanisic and Stojan Żuplianin, the Stanisic defense filed a motion on Monday, the 14th of October, requesting the appeals chamber to declare a mistrial in his case and a discontinuation of proceedings against him. Judge Harhoff was a member of the bench that convicted Micio Stanisic on the 27th of March 2013, sentencing him to 22 years imprisonment for crimes against humanity and war crimes committed between April and December 1992 in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Also, last Monday, 7th of October, in the case of Jadran Koprlic and others, the President denied Slobodan Praliak's request for review of the decision on his motion for review of the Registrar's decision on means, issued confidentially on the 25th of July 2013. The Registrar's original decision on means was issued on the 22nd of August 2012 and confirmed Praliak's full ability to remunerate counsel. In denying the request, the President considered that Praliak had not presented any new fact that was not considered in the original decision, had not identified a clear error of reasoning, or the existence of circumstances that justify reconsideration in order to prevent an injustice. In the trial of Radovan Karadzic last Friday, 11th of October, the accused submitted a motion to amend his list of witnesses. Karadzic sought leave to add 2 witnesses related to the Srebrenica component of the case and provided notice of intention to withdraw 98 municipalities-related witnesses from his original list. Separately, this morning, Karadzic requested leave to recall 46 defense witnesses to give testimony relevant to count 1 of his indictment, which deals with the charge of genocide in a number of municipalities in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And as a reminder, the trial of Radovan Karadzic will resume on Tuesday, the 29th of October at 9 a.m. in courtroom 1. Turning now to courtrooms, the trials of Ratko Mladic and Goran Hadžić resume today after scheduled breaks. They will continue this week and next as scheduled. In the case of Ratko Mladic, the Chamber is currently hearing the testimony of expert witness Andras Riedelmeier, who is testifying about destruction of cultural property. And in the case of Goran Hadžić, hearings have adjourned for the day. The trial will resume tomorrow at 9 a.m. in courtroom 2. I'll conclude with some scheduling matters. The next status conference in the case of Vlastimir Đorđević has been scheduled for 13th of November at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in courtroom 2. And finally, the appeals hearing in the case of Popović and others has been scheduled to take place from the 2nd to 13th of December 2013. This concludes my briefing. Sasha, I'll give it to you.
Thank you very much. The OTP has posted on the ICTY website the list of witnesses the prosecution plans to call to give evidence during the remainder of the prosecution case in chief in the Mladic case. In addition, the OTP has filed motions with the trial chamber seeking to tender the evidence of other witnesses in written form. Decisions for some of these are still pending. It remains possible that some of these witnesses may be required to give their evidence before the trial chamber in person. And I would also like to introduce to you and welcome a new member of the immediate office of the prosecutor, Ms. Margaret Prince, who would, among other things, deal with media issues in the OTP and participate in the weekly press briefings. Ms. Prince is the special advisor to the prosecutor, the position previously held by Mr. Frederick Svinen. Ms. Prince worked for the past 20 years mostly in the former Yugoslavia for the UNHCR and the Office of the High Representative. For the last 15 years, she worked as the special advisor of the Deputy High Representative at the OHR in Bosnia and Herzegovina, dealing with issues of return of refugees, BiH National War Crime Strategy, and matters related to Srebrenica. Ms. Prince is fluent in Dutch, English, French, and last but not least, Bosnian, Croatian, and Serbian. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Sasha. I'm happy to be here at the tribunal, and I look forward to working with you all, and I hope our working relationship will be as good as it was with my predecessor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Not. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thank you.